Hi, Laura. I thought I'd run through quickly on video a little bit more about how to create an exercise. As you'll see here, I am at the Spanish 2 exercises page. I have the open book quiz 4-1 that you had set up and then a revised one, and I'll show you the difference in how it works. Under Open Book Quiz 4-1, if you open the quiz, you can see this. Up in this upper right-hand corner, you can see a view mode. Right now, you're set up as Course Manager. It shows you all the options to edit and make changes. If you're ever curious exactly what the student will see, you can click on Student, and it'll just change it and show it exactly what it looks like to the student. And what you'll be able to see here is the fact that there's no Finish button. Once they get through number 10, they ought to be able to go back and review and then click a finish test, and that is what will submit it to you and also give you their results. But that button was not there, which got me curious, so I went back into the exercises, and what I found, if we go over here to modify on the exercise, actually, let's go to quiz 4-1, modify, and then edit the exercise settings down at the bottom here. What you can see is that we've given the exercise, this first page is just the title for the overall exercise. And then the description could be something like, this is an exercise over Unit 4, please take the exam, be prepared to talk about it on class on Wednesday, or something like that. If you put the entire exam into the description field like it is here, what the database thinks is that you have just created one long description of the exercise. Because we haven't added any questions, it just takes this whole thing as one big introduction. So what needs to happen, instead of putting the questions in description, we need to come down here and actually click New Question and create the questions individually. And that's where you'll be able to say which question is the right, which answer is correct, and that will also give the Finish button at the bottom. So let's go back to exercises. As you'll see, the revised one, I've got it hidden right now, so the students cannot see. If you go to Student View, boom, it disappears. But in Course Manager view, we have all the invisible revised quiz is showing, as well as the modification buttons. Let's go into the one I'm working on fixing, and we'll click Modify. And as you'll see here, if we go to edit the exercise settings, this was the page that you had all the questions pasted into. Here's the title, Open Book Quiz 4-1. This area is just for the description, like I put the Spanish description that you had in the original exam. And you can still go in and edit the advanced options and everything. You did a great job with that. But as you can see now, listed down here are the questions 1 through 4 that I've switched over. So if you go to, you can modify these questions over here, or let's just show you how I'm moving this over to create a new question, because this is what you would need to do, in this case 10 times to create 10 questions. You click New Question, and now we have title. What title is, and you'll see the red asterisk means you have to type something there. What title is basically the question. I included this description block below here for things like the History and Heritage quiz, where Mr. Zaffini might ask a question and then provide some background or some other information as part of the question. But when you see New Question here, this is all for just inputting the next question. So I put your test into Word here. We're ready for number 5. So what I'm going to do is highlight question 5 and copy it, and then come back here and put it right here. So the question goes into the title block. In the case of this test, there's no description needed. And click here. This is a multiple choice with a unique answer, meaning only one of the answers is going to be correct. And I'll click OK. So now we've created the question. The next thing we need to do is put the answers in. Since you had 4 answers per question and there's only room for 2 answers here, I'm going to click twice the Add Answer button. I've clicked it once to add, and I'll click it a second time, so now you have 4 options. Now I'm going to go back here, and I'm just going to start cutting and pasting the options that you had set up. So there is A, here is B, here is option C, and We'll go to the next page. Here is option D. There we go. So what we have here now is we have 4 choices for the answer. Now the real question here is we've got to pick out which one is the right answer. That's what goes here, the expected choice. So since this is question 5, what Colton thought was A, so that's what I'm going to click. This comment section over here, if you want to add a comment like for A, yes, that is correct, or B, no, I'm sorry, this is a different form of the word in A, which is the correct answer, you can have those comments. These are comments that would come up after they finish the test. These are purely optional, but the weighting must be put in now. Since this is a 10-question test, assuming it adds up to 100 points, we're going to weight that question with 10 points. What that means is if they get the correct answer, they're going to get 10 points toward the 100% for the total quiz. Now that we're done with that, we just click OK, and here's the question and the available answers. Okay, you can go in and edit the question and answers again, or we can just move right on to a new question. So I'm going to head to a new question, and in this point we would just go back to the next question, in this case question 6. So if I go back to the exercises now, let's go to Student View and open this quiz. This is warning that the exercise is not available only because it's hidden. Once we unhide it, the students won't see that. And now you'll see that the 6 questions are all there. Up, I opened the wrong one. Let me go back to Course Manager view and open the revised one. Now you can see that each of the questions are separated here, but most importantly at the end is the Finish the Test button. So I'll finish putting in the remaining 5 questions. The student will go through and select their answers, and when they click Finish the Test, that will upload their results, let you know that they took the test, and tell you which answers they had selected. So that is the difference. Feel free to call me if you have any questions at all.